So I'm just going to quickly talk you through the key barriers and challenges that we discovered as part of the North East Regional Learning Hub on green procurement. So knowing what we do about the opportunities, as Emma's laid out, we might expect a council that has set a net zero target to be proactively ensuring that they are not only going to be procuring from net zero suppliers, so just to prepare everybody and to just crack on and get on with it. But we know it's not that simple. There are so many rules surrounding local government procurement, and there can also be a lack of joined up approach between those working on climate action plan and those commissioning services and those working in procurement, along with a list of other potential barriers and issues. So our local authorities reported the following challenges in greening their procurement as so out of date and unreliable data. As Emma already mentioned, the research most quoted is over 10 years old. So there's this lack of reliable baseline data around the carbon footprint of procurement, which then basically means local authorities in effect don't know where they're starting from. And there's a need for more carbon literacy within councils. So from councillors to budget holders and commissioners, there is a real need to demystify climate change and move it away from being a bolt-on to something that's built in, and ensuring that commissioners and procurement officers have the confidence and knowledge to make choices and to move out of this cycle of cost being the most important factor. Engagement with procurement and sustainability officers is often too late in the process. So it needs to be at that design stage rather than just at the end when the things actually need to be bought, because then it's much harder for changes to be embedded. We know that sustainability leads and procurement officers are facilitators with influence, but often where they sit structurally within a local authority isn't the most effective setup for collaboration. There's also a need to manage expectations around some of the difficulties that some local authorities face in looking at whole life costs and procuring for outcomes rather than cost being the most important factor. And a major challenge that relates to the supply chain is how are these additional green requirements passed along to the supplier and then monitored? And how ready are they? Especially smaller SMEs, especially during COVID, what support is out there for them, and then also who should be providing that support. We know from our wider research and discussions that these issues that we've identified are not limited geographically to the North East. These are all common barriers, and we feel like it's a really good snapshot of what needs to be overcome when looking at greening procurement practices.